Hello, dear teachers. This is Meenakshi Narula. Once again, I'm here with all of you, sharing my learnings so that I can enrich you as well with various teaching learning strategies. So, in the series of sharing teaching strategies, today I'm here with you with another wonderful strategy. This is basically a feedback strategy, works as a formative assessment as well. This is PME, plus minus equals strategy, right? So what do we do in this strategy? Who has given the idea for this strategy? So we'll be knowing more about this strategy. Basically, it's given by Shamrock. Shamrock's formula is simple: to get real and continuous feedback about what they know and what they don't know from every angle, right? I mean, as we know very well, plus means that is something positive in us, something plus we have done better than earlier. Minus, that is a scope for improvement. Equal certainly describes where we are right now. I ask you all one question. Like, you have been grading your students' assignments, their regular classwork, what you have been doing for them. How were you assessing all those assignments till now? Maybe, you were giving them certain kinds of comments, feedback, remarks, whatever you say. And along with this, scores as well, right? So just tell me one thing. When you share the answer sheets, the assignments, the corrected one with the students, where you have given marks as well as remarks. Which thing the students see the first? Obviously, marks. And which is the second one? Well, no, it's not the remarks. I would say it's the marks scored by their peers, their classmates, their friends. They look at other score as well. They read the remarks later on, maybe when the teachers ask them to read it. It's not, you see, for all the students who go and read all the remarks, the feedback given by the teacher, right? So there are different strategies by which we can make this feedback really very meaningful, right? So how and what we can do for that, just would like to share something with you. Basically, this is plus minus equals. It is a scoring technique, right? It provides the students with the information about their work that is within their control, rather than enabling them to evaluate themselves either by favorably or unfavorably as compared to others. Plus minus equals. Plus minus equals, yes, normal arithmetic symbols that we have been using while teaching mathematics, right? It confines students to reflecting on their own efforts, right? Now, what a teacher has to do in that scenario, in this case, what's the role of a teacher? Like, what do we expect is we need to mark the student's work in relation to the previous work. If the student's latest work is of the same quality as the work submitted by the child, right, as the last, so the student will receive equal to, right? And if it is better than the last, the student will receive a plus. Got it? Yes. And if the student's work is not as good as the last and you would advise some kind of improvement, the student will receive a minus. Right? So this is how this strategy works. Now here, I would like to tell you something more about it. Here the teacher, as I have already told you, compares the quality of the student's present work to the quality of his last assignment, but in the same subject matter. Work that is not as good receives a minus, similar work receives an equals, and better work receives a plus. So this type of scoring, along with descriptive comments on how to improve his future work, focuses the student on his own achievement, right? So here are some of the principles I would like to share with you. Number one, the prerequisite for this strategy is teacher must have the record of the previous assignment submission by the child of the same subject matter. Only then the teacher will be able to compare the latest, the new assignment, right? So feedback should not do the thinking of the student. I mean, the first fundamental principle of effective classroom feedback is that feedback should be more work for the recipient than the donor. It should not be like, I am giving the feedback, there's a more work for me as a teacher. Certainly, I also have to improve on my strategies, how I have to teach or maybe deal with the children, but that should be more work for the recipient. The child must get to know this is the feedback given to me. So how do I have to plan my next steps, right? So the purpose of the feedback is to direct the student to his or her next steps. No matter how bad or good their work is, all students should receive comments on the next steps to take, right? So because sky is the limit. We never say like, fine, this is absolute threshold where you have reached. No, sky is the limit, right? So we have to limit the comments by focusing on one aspect of students' work at a time. We cannot include all the aspects. Just for example, if you have given some persuasive writing to the students, focus on that particular aspect. Creative content, focus on that particular aspect. You cannot include different aspects while giving feedback. Just give you one example. Suppose a student has written something about description of a city, a picture composition maybe. So you may include some of the points in your feedback, like, dear student, you may always give the feedback by mentioning the student's name as well, right? To show you more concern. Your description of the city is clear and creates a picture in my mind. So that's a positive one, plus. Right, now what addition you would like to have in the description? Add more details to make the reader feel as if they are in the city too. You mentioned about traffic, you mentioned about noise, but if you can include some more adjectives like describing words on how the traffic is moving and what's the noise sounds like. So these kind of words can be included over there. This is what plus minus strategy looks like, right? So we have to compare with the previous assignment. Please do go ahead, use this strategy for correction of the assignments of your students, and give them some kind of feedback, the positive feedback. I mean, if you are giving them a plus, means they are doing better than the previous and they are able to help the students who have scored minus as well, right? And even they also have some areas where they have got minus and they can improve on those areas. And if that their worksheet or assignment shows like equals, means the level is still the same. So both the teacher and the student, they need to work upon it. So this is a strategy. Hope you will be using this strategy in your teaching learning style for giving you see affirmative assertive feedback to your students. PME, plus, minus, and equals. Thank you once again from Meenakshi at Mentoring the Mentors. If you really like my initiative for sharing these kind of innovative strategies with you, make sure you subscribe to my channel and do not forget to hit the like button. Also, I do like feedback. Make sure you share in the comment section below any kind of feedback, right? What kind of strategies you would want me to share with you, right? I would like to wait for your feedback. Thank you once again from Meenakshi. Thank you.